What's up, guys? This is Clashing with Sir William for another Attacking Fundamental video, and on this one I'm going to cover some hog deployment for Town Hall 8. This is going to be a multi-part video, so over the next few weeks I'm going to launch several more to add on to this. As you can see, I'm on one of my other accounts, Prince William, to do this. So I'm going to start off today with Surgical Hog, which is my personal favorite. So, I know I'm very aware that I'm at Town Hall 9 when I'm doing these videos, so I tried to make it a little more realistic in everything I did. I tried to use fewer heal spells, and I tried to make it where I didn't use anything that a Town Hall 8 wouldn't have access to, because I am aware that my hogs are level 5. So I just start off just a simple making sure there's no troops in the CC, and then I'm just going to go 4 hogs per defense on each one. I'm just going to go all the way around the base and do that. On this one, I'm actually not going to use a single heal spell. I don't even believe I triggered any of the giant bombs. I'm not exactly sure where they are. So I'll just go through and send 4 hogs in from each one, and they're just going to go through and wreck the base. Now, one of the reasons why I think Surgical is the best hog deployment is because Surgical is so much more precise. So if there was a double giant bomb, maybe right over here to the right of the town hall, then I would have only lost maybe 8 hogs instead of my entire pack, which for an attack can be very helpful. It makes it to where you can sacrifice a small portion of your hogs, and as long as you keep, between 15 to 20 of them alive, you can easily still 3-star Town Hall 8. So anyone that's able to master Surgical hogs can really wreck on every war attack. So as you can see, I didn't use a single heal spell. I didn't use either of my heroes to clean up. I know there wasn't CC, but I had the troops to handle it. It was going to be no problem. And I even used only 32 hogs. And for a Town Hall 8 attack, you'll normally have between 36 to 38 possibly. So I used 6 fewer hogs. Now, the next video that I'm going to do is going to be another Surgical hog attack, and I tried to find more difficult ones to feature also. So we're going to look at this base real quick. So, as you can see, it's not exactly the strongest war base, but considering that I'm a Town Hall 9, it was pretty hard for me to find the beefiest Town Hall 8 war base kind of people in gold. So I figured I was just going to go with this, and it's a decent base. So, as you can see, there is actual spots for a double giant bomb. So, the first thing I'm going to do, since the CC is just out, I'm just going to use an archer. And I'm going to drop my 1 archer, alright? There's no CC. So, afterwards, I'm just going to start, again, my 4x4 deployment. In just a few seconds, I'm just going to send 4 to 4. Alright, even though the archer tower does not have even though the archer tower is down, I'm still going to treat it like it's an actual defense, because I want this to simulate war as much as possible. So I just send all my hogs, and on that side I still have 21 left, so I'm going to start sending them along the east side now. Again, just 4 to 8 hogs per. And then I just send my last few in the northwest. Alright, I dropped 2 heal spells just to make sure my hogs take out all the defenses, and that's going to be all the heal spells I need. So I was able to take this entire base down with only, I believe it was 36 hogs and 2 heal spells. So even though it was a Town Hall 8, again, that 3rd heal spell and even your heroes or anything else could have really made it a lot easier for someone with level 4 hogs. So I was pretty happy with it overall. And as you can see, there was a double giant bomb, but I had completely avoided it with my Surgical hog drop. So now I'm going to look at one final base. And this one right here is going to be another one. This is the only serious war base that I was able to find. So as you can see right here, I'm not sure how familiar people are with this war base, but there is for sure going to be a double giant bomb to the left of the town hall. And again, he had a few defenses down, which kind of was a bummer, because I wanted it to be as close to war as I keep saying, but it was still a good attack. So I'm just going to start off with a 3 hog lure, alright, just to make sure there's no CC troops. Alright, and as you can see, it's going to take out 1 point defense. So the reason why you want to do that for some war bases is because if you just use that 3 or 4 hogs and take out 1 point defense, that's already a chunk of the base. While if you just use 1 hog or 2, then that's ultimately just a waste of troops. Now that doesn't mean that it's worth it on every base, but on the bases to where there's a point defense that's not going to be near other point defenses where you can take it out with 3 hogs no problem and get the lure, it's always worth it. So afterwards, I'm just going to do my 4x4 deployment yet again. So I'm going to drop a heal spell. I don't know exactly where the double giant bombs when I did this attack were, so I just went ahead and assumed that they could be in any of the spots. So as you can see, it wasn't to the right of the town hall. So now I'm going to drop another one just to cover to the left of the town hall, which is where they actually wound up being. Alright, and then my hogs triggered it. They stayed inside the heal spell, got fully healed again, so it didn't hurt me at all. And as you can see, I mean, I still had plenty of hogs left over, and I saved 1 heal spell. So it was still another easy attack, and I didn't even trigger the other giant bomb. So I was very happy with it in general. So I'm going to replay this attack one more time though. I want to make sure everyone understands exactly what you want to try and do for surgical. Because when you're doing a surgical attack, there is several things you have to consider. Alright, so I'm just going to fast forward through this so I can replay it again. So you'll be able to rewatch any of these videos, and I just want to explain real quick how you can tell what a good surgical hog base will be like. So when you look at this base, you see how there's 4 bunched point defenses right here. And then there's 2 in the northwest, and then there's 2 in the southwest, and then there is 2 in the southeast. So when you're looking at this base, you can ultimately divide it up into sections almost, which is virtually what I did. So I send in my 3 hogs from the south. Alright, that's going to take out 1 of the 2 point defenses in the almost direct south. Okay, so then afterwards, once that's down, then I'm only going to have the 4 point defenses right here, the 2 up in the northwest, the 2 in the southwest, and now 1 in the southeast. Alright, the Teslas are all being upgraded right now, but in an actual attack, it wouldn't have affected me because of how I'm going to use my heal spells. So ultimately what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, let me see how many exactly I use in each spot. I believe I'm going to use 12 right here. So I use 12 hogs and a heal spell. So them 12 hogs are going to take out the first 4 spells. I mean the first 4 point defenses. So as you can see, these hogs have taken down both archer towers, alright, and I have lost maybe 1 or 2 hogs. So if the Teslas were active right now, they still wouldn't be a major factor because I would have so many hogs left over, they would take them out also. So as that's going on, then I send in another, I believe it was 12 hogs again up in the northwest. Alright, so now I have 1 group of hogs that are in the core. Alright, so if there was a double giant bomb right here between the air defense and that Tesla, they would trigger it. So if I only lost 12 hogs, I would still have 20 plus hogs that I can work with for the rest of the attack. Alright, so since there wasn't a double giant bomb right there, I knew that it had to be to the left. So I'm going to make sure to drop a heal spell pretty early on to make sure that my hogs are covered by it. Alright, so once my hogs triggered that one right there, I know I'm covered. Alright, now I know that my hogs are going to get healed up. They haven't triggered the other one just yet. I'll send in the rest of my hogs over here in the southwest. They're going to take out the 3rd area, so to speak. Alright, the other giant bomb is finally triggered. Alright, so the majority of my hogs are still alive. Alright, all that's left is that wizard tower. So once that goes down, it's just cleanup. So whenever you're looking to do a surgical hog attack, the main thing you want to do is you want to look for small amounts of bunched point defenses or spread out point defenses. Whenever it's a base to where you're not sure where the double giant bomb is, surgical is always a solid way to do it. The Asian wall is another good deployment. I very rarely ever recommend doing a 1 finger or 2 finger drop. It can be very inaccurate and hard to actually path your hogs. Surgical is the most accurate, but requires the most skill. So I would definitely recommend practicing it in just normal attacks before you execute in war, because it can be hard to execute well. So if you've enjoyed watching this video, please feel free to like and subscribe my channel. If you have any questions or would like any more content in later videos, please feel free to just mention it and I'll do my best to get it there. And keep clashing, guys.